My name is Chandra Smiley. I'm the Executive Director of Escambia Community Clinics.
Everyone had the opportunity to share their dream for the organization. We have been told quite often that we are one of the best kept secrets. Now is the time to pause and reintroduce ourselves to the community. Truly embodying community-centered health. Not just providing health care within the walls of our facility, but reaching outside those walls, getting to know the communities that we serve.
So we have been on this journey for about a year, where we've really dug deep and looked at who we are as an organization, what our identity is, what our strategic goals are, and we decided to rename and rebrand ourselves to Community Health Northwest Florida. The reason for the rebrand is just to better align ourselves with our overall mission and vision. We are community health, community-centered, patient medical home, and we felt that that name really embodied and embraced who we are today. Our mission is to provide primary care services, or comprehensive primary care services, to the residents of Escambia and Santa Rosa counties who have no insurance or who are underinsured and have limited access to primary care services. We've taken a little bit of a different approach in some of our programs. We're doing more embedding ourselves in the communities that we serve, doing more outreach and neighborhood-focused opportunities to really get to know the communities that we serve and customize our approach to engaging that community. Our new facility is on Jackson Street. It was formerly the Alia Nestra Elementary School. The building was built in the early 30s, and so we have gone a year-long renovation project where we've completely gutted the entire building and repurposed it for medical. We did try to keep as much of the historical integrity of the building as we could. The floors are the original floors. We have some exposed brick that's part of the original structure. It's about 56,000 square feet. We have a pediatric clinic. We have a separate bay for our behavioral health and wellness program, and we have 3 clinical pods as well. So we have a total of 15 clinics and 2 mobile units. We're just rounding out our reports for 2017, and it looks like we're managing about 40,000 lives. There are thousands of residents in our area that have no insurance or have limited access, and they use the emergency rooms as their primary care. And this is an opportunity to have established primary medical home, to have their own doctor, someone who manages their medications, their conditions, as well as feed in support programs and services to help them be successful in managing their health care. So we have case management, we have chronic care management, we have licensed clinical social workers to work with individuals on their behavioral health and wellness goals. And what we're offering here at this location is a demonstration kitchen and education room. So we have additional resources to do some hands-on education and teaching with our patients. Well, we have a Facebook page, so we're really pushing information out on Facebook. And right now our website is www.ecc-clinic.org. But when we rebrand on February the 23rd, it will become healthcarewithinreach.org. I just think it's a wonderful moment for us in the history of our organization. We've been around 25 years, and I think with the new building and the new branding, it's a special time for us as an organization to just kind of pause and really embrace and capture who we are today, and that is community health.
I'm Kim Rayner.
I am Laura Booth. We are here to support the animals and the staff of the Escambia County Animal Shelter. We have several programs. I'll let Kim talk about Dogs with the Drawl. That's our special program. We have heartworm treatments, enrichment programs to help stimulate and keep active the animals that are here in the shelter while they're staying. Operation SNP, which is our new program, Spay Neuter Initiative Pensacola, to provide low-cost, high-quality spay and neuters for people that can't otherwise afford it.
One of our programs is Dogs with a Draw. It is a transport program, so we take animals from our shelter to no-kill shelters typically in northern states, we have also gone east to Jacksonville. We work with partner rescues as well. If we take dogs and cats from them, they can then pull from the shelter, so it benefits them and us, our animals. In the year and a half, almost 2 years that we've been doing this, we have transported 753 animals. Last year, 501, so we want to exceed that this year, of course. And we've taken all kinds, puppies, old-timers, toothless, blind, deaf, I mean, all kinds of pooches and kitties. 3 legs,
Three
yes,
legs.
we've sent some of those. Every single one of them has been adopted. It's a fantastic program, and we've had tremendous support. And this van behind us was part of a grant we received from Sunday's Child, and they awarded us just enough to get this van. We had to pay $50 for it, so we were totally okay with that. Very exciting, yeah. We're all volunteer driven, so we will load this van up, drive to Birmingham, Alabama, where we pick up the Puppy Pipeline, and they are a professional transport organization, also nonprofit, but they have like super fancy vans with kennels that are temperature controlled and all that stuff, and then they take them straight through to their destination, where they are met with smiling, happy faces ready to welcome them. We're in pretty much constant contact. Specifically with the kennel supervisor, often John, the director, it's just constant contact. And they're always willing to help, always.
Foster-based hospice, so providing end-of-life care for the terminally ill or very elderly pets that come into the shelter that would otherwise just be euthanized. They may stay with a foster for 2 weeks, up to 18 months. So we don't know how long they have when they come to us, but whatever time they have, they're loved, given all of the attention that they would have in a home until the end of their life.
And we provide the medical care, they provide the food and love. It's a pretty simple program. It's just to give these animals the love they deserve. Part of what we do is raise funds to benefit the shelter animals, and that is grant writing, in addition to just day-to-day fundraising. So the van was for a grant. We've had a grant for heartworm sponsorships, and now our most recent award has been this fantastic grant from Rescue Rebuild, which is a renovation of our shelter. And the whole focus of this renovation is to improve the lives of the animals while they're here, which is exactly what we work to do. So the play yards and the catio and all of that are really going to lessen the stress of the animals and make them happier and therefore more adoptable.
It keeps them healthier
Yes,
as well.
it does.
So
when adopters come in and meet these super stressed out animals because they're stuck in a little kennel and they haven't had a lot of time to play, it's kind of off-putting to someone, because they'll look at a dog that's jumping around and just so desperate to get out and think, are they going to be like that at home? Now they're going to have an opportunity to run off that energy or stretch their legs in the catio in the sun.
I think anytime, we have a success story, if that's a more difficult to place animal that finds a home, or whenever the animals go on transport, we're generally crying.
It's ridiculous. I can't.
The small victories all the way to the large. Anytime there's a happy ending, we're thrilled.
I get really excited when we hear from the animals that have been transported from their new adopters, because with each animal we send a bio, either from the fosters that have kept the animal before transport. They can send it and include their contact information. If the animal's leaving straight from the shelter, we write a letter with our contact information. So for instance, this is Louie. I got a text from Louie's mom yesterday. She was telling me all about him. He's up in Pennsylvania. He had knee surgery. She's fixed him all up. He's getting kind of grouchy with her cats, but she's going to work on it. I mean, it's really neat to hear about their lives, what we were hoping for them. And we've heard from a lot of them.
We have.
We just appreciate Commissioner Berry taking the time to feature us and give us this opportunity. Anyone that's interested in volunteering or donating, just contact us. If you're interested in having your animal spayed or neutered and you think you fall into the SNP category, contact us. we always want to help.
The Miracle League was started in 2000. My wife and I started it after losing a child in a car wreck. The goal was to provide special needs kids with the All-American game, the game of baseball. And you know, it's turned out to be a lot bigger and a lot better than we ever thought it could be. We're over 250 players now, and we play them with any kind of special needs that they may have. Autism, Downs, cerebral palsy, you name it, we got it. So, you know, right now I think we're about 260 players. Our main mission is to provide a way for these kids to get physically and mentally active without being, it's not like physical therapy where they have to go and they make them do things. We provide a means for them to do it. We've seen improvements in their bat skills. We've seen improvements in the way they throw a ball, the way they catch a ball, but it's not forced on them. It's actually a choice, and they want to be like every other kid. They want to play the game of baseball. So we've seen them go from hitting off a tee. When we first started the Miracle League, we used a tee about 90% of the time, and now we use a tee about 5% of the time. So to see a special needs child hit a baseball is pretty special. Our registration starts in February. It'll run through February, and then we start playing in March, and we'll play a 8-week season. So you can go to our website, which is the Miracle League of Pensacola website, and you can actually get our baseball schedule on there. The Miracle League couldn't function without volunteers. For us to play 250 kids, it takes over 250 volunteers because each player is assigned a buddy. A buddy helps the child do what they can't do. We have to have coaches, we have to have umpires, we have to have concession stand workers, we have to have announcers. So for us just to play 1 week with 250 players takes over 250 volunteers. And we've been so blessed in Escambia County to be able to get that. You know, to think that a community could support something like this on Friday nights and Saturdays, that's the most impressive thing to me, is the fact the community support, not only financially, but in their time, is what makes this thing so successful. We play a 16-week season, but we play 8 weeks in the spring and 8 weeks in the fall. We break it up because it gets too hot on this rubber surface to play in the middle of summer. So what we do is we play 8 weeks in the early spring, and then we play 8 weeks in the early fall, and it allows us to have that. Now we break it up. One, it gives us a chance to have a break in the season. We can add additional players and put them on the teams in the fall, so you can rest your kid at any time. So it's really great to know that, you know, for 16 weeks they got a place to go, to be a part of a team. We encourage the parents to use the fields for practice games and stuff like that, so it works out really well. These fields are made of recycled car tires. One field weighs 186,000 pounds. We have 3 fields and a multi-purpose court that's all made of rubber. The county helped us with a playground that has a rubber surface under it, which is a little bit different, but you know, we're at one point was the largest recycled rubber project in the United States, and I assume we still are. We actually paint the lines and everything on the fields so that the wheelchairs and walkers roll over them. The Miracle League has no steps. Everything either has a ramp or it's strictly designed for special needs. Our bathroom facilities and everything are made strictly for special needs kids. If anybody's inconvenienced here, it's going to be a mainstream child, not a special needs child. The most rewarding part, I've seen kids come out here in wheelchairs and learn to walk, and their parents credit a lot of it to the Miracle League. Riley is one of our main players who benefited from that. I've seen kids go from watching balls go by to hitting baseballs, and now their goal is to hit one out. You can go to www.miracleleaguepensacola.org. We have a website. You can download a buddy form to be a buddy, or you can download a player form. My phone number's on that website. You can call me direct, and I'll be glad to help you get them registered. I'll help you get everything taken care of before the season starts so you can show up and have a uniform for them when they get here. You know, the Miracle League is here because the county got behind this program early on, and they donated the land that this place is on. It's their land. A lot of private funds have come into it. I'd love to talk about them, but if I forget somebody, I'd feel bad. But just come up and look around and see what this county, not just the county, but the residents of this county has built for our special need community. It's really remarkable.